check out the Patreon and gain access to all the source code. Hey, welcome to today's video. This is part 19 of the Paragon System series. So today we will add in for the server all the AIO calls. So we'll get right on it. So today we wanna do the upgrade Paragon stat. So when the client sends a request for like updating their stat, the server handles this request and then we send it back to the client. And the next thing we want to do is handle reset all requests from the client. So they reset all on the server and send back that now it's done to the client. So today we will only do the server part. Let's just get right into it. So here, what I always do, when I make my Eluna, not Eluna, my AIO functions, I always keep it under all the normal functions for the script. So I can keep it like down here. So this is to load everything, that's fine. But I don't want it to be like above on player login or logout or any of the other things. So let's start. Function handlers, because handlers is this variable, so we need to write handlers to start so AIO knows there is a function inside the handlers table to call with a name. So here we will call this upgrade Paragon stat. And in the arguments, we want to send the player, as always, tab ID, and then entry fee. And the first argument is always player, even if we don't like use it at all. We always, and we will use it, but we always need to send player when we send from the client, because the server has no idea which player sent this request, which when you then send like the server, or it automatically knows that okay, now this is like this is player X and this is player U, and X sent this request, so now it knows that this is player X. Next, local UID, as we always do, equals player :get UID low, like always, and then we say if players UID data points equals 0, then end. And now let's just say print, just so we have a debug here, and let's say not enough points, and that off, and then return, because we don't want to continue through the code if the player doesn't even have any points to upgrade. This is a safety measure, so that if someone on the client side changed the add-on and changed up some stuff, like made their points 9999 after it's received from server, that won't work, because yeah, the player is sending 999, or they think they will be sending 999, but as you see, we don't even take that into account here. Like the server has a copy of the player in real time, so that means we trust the server, never trust the client, basically. So even if someone hijacked the add-on, that wouldn't like, we wouldn't care, because the server controls it. Now below here we say if spell list, not that one, entry key dot max. So if we are already at the max stack of the the Paragon stat we are wanting to like increase, then we shouldn't do it. Players GUID data and entry key, then end, and then we say print upgrade is already at max level, and yes, and then return. So now we do these two checks. We check if the player even has any points, we return if not, and we check if we are already at the max level for the upgrade. And if we are, we just return with a message telling them, hey, the upgrade can't be upgraded anymore. Next, we say players, uppercase, GUID.data, entry key equals players, GUID.data, entry key +1. So now we are increasing the stat here. So for what we're doing, we first set this entry key to be equals to itself, and then we plus it with 1. So if this was 99, then we set it to 99 again, and we set a +1. So it's now 100. Then we want to remove a point from the player. So we say players UID the data the points equals players the UID the data the points -1, like this. Now we -1 from the player's points, and then we call apply aura, and as we know, we want the player and we want the entry key. Awesome. So now we apply the new buff they upgraded, and then we say print stat upgraded, and then what we want to do is AIO.handle, and in here we want to write player first. That's the first argument, so it knows which player to send back the call to. And then we say Paragon System AIO, and that's the handler we have here. You need to make sure that it's spelled correctly. Then comma, and I will just copy it from my screen here. So receive upgrade confirm from server. I will leave it down in the description, so don't get scared about spelling it or having to squint your eyes to read it. Comma tab ID comma entry key, and we are actually done with the whole upgrading of the Paragon stats. So now we just need the handle reset all requests from client, and that's all for this video today. So let's get right into it. Function handlers like before dot up, or not upgrade, sorry, handle reset all requests from client player. As always, we need the player. That's always the first argument. Then print reset all request was received, just so we know in the server that it was called. Then we say again, as always, local UID equals player colon get UID low, and then we say remove all auras, and that's the player we want to send to the remove all auras function we made last part. Then we say reset player data table, And what we do here is that we set the UID. And now what we want to do is that we want to call or do player level up effect here. So what we can do is that we will just copy this and then put it in here and then do player reset talents, or reset, not talents, Paragon effect. And it's still the same level up effect, but just say, like, let's see here, all Paragon stats has been set, like that. Then copy the name here of our new function, scroll down, and as you saw we did before, we just put it in here, and inside we sent the player. Next we say print server, not server, sorry, oh, we can't say server, it doesn't really matter. So request all request was complete, that completed. And at the very last thing we need to do is we need to send back to the client to do all the UI changes. So AIO dot handle, not handle, but yeah, handle, sorry, my bad. And then inside here, player, as always. And then we want to say the Paragon System AIO, comma, and now we want to do the function, the name for our reset request on the client, which is ReceivePlayerData. So I'll just put it in here. I will also leave that in the description. And comma, players UID dot data. So now we are sending the whole data table to the player. And then we send the level details, players UID dot data dot level with an uppercase L dot XP required. And that's all for this one. So now we are actually done with our functions here for the Eluna, like the receiving of data and doing stuff with our upgrades. So that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something. See you in the next one.